Hello everyone, this is the finale of What If Naruto Didn't Spend His Birthday Alone, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Day of wedding. Now with the man she loved dearly, Hinata couldn't imagine her life any happier. The same with Naruto, he had the girl of his dreams and he couldn't imagine anything more. 10 years later, a storm raged outside, lightning flashed and the thunder rumbled loudly. Hinata held Naruto's hand and held her head closer to his chest as each flash went off. Naruto chuckled each time she flinched. Even after so many years she still got shaky around a thunderstorm. When the rain began to ease up a small bit, Hinata lifted her head. Naruto laughed, and Hinata blushed, still embarrassed that thunder scared her. As they lay in bed, they listened to the rain and slowly fell back to sleep. Not long after, the storm returned, and was very close. Lightning flashed, and thunder boomed, sounding as though it would break the house. Hinata's eyes opened wide at the first boom. When a second came, a louder one, she gave a small squeak and buried her head in Naruto's chest again. Wow, that sounds really close, Naruto said, giving Hinata a reassuring hug. When it's this loud, don't they? He was cut off by another large boom. Shortly followed by the rain pelting incredibly hard outside. Then came the stomping of small feet and the door to their bedroom swung open. Daddy, make it stop, a small voice said. Then there was a thump on the bed followed by the faces of two small girls. Is the thunder too loud, Momoko, Kyoko? Naruto asked his two children, as he sat up in bed. They both nodded, and climbed over the covers to stay near the dad. It's too loud for Mama too. He laughed. Hinata blushed and sat up as well and moved over so the two girls could squish in between her and Naruto. You're afraid too, Mama? Kyoko asked. Only when it gets really loud, Hinata admitted. Where's your brother? Naruto asked. He said H is not scared. Momoko said. I think he's lying just to look brave though. Kyoko cut in. Am not, a small boy said from the doorway. I wonder. Naruto laughed. Would you like to come up here, Takashi? I'm not scared, he said, but once another flash of light and large boom went off, he came running into the bed. I knew it, Kyoko said proudly. Shut up, Tadashi said, embarrassed. Hinata laughed, feeling a bit better that she wasn't the only person scared, even if they were small children. She looked at her children. Takashi was the oldest, at 9 years old, a spitting image of his father. Kyoko was 6, she had brownish hair and indigo eyes. Momoko was the baby, she was 4 years old and had hair much like Hinata's and greenish blue eyes. As the storm continued, Hinata had her two daughters on either side of her, and Tadashi sat closer to Naruto. They listened to the rain and flinched when thunder and lightning struck. As things began to quiet down, they all drifted into a comfortable sleep. Naruto woke early the next morning. Takashi was sleeping on his chest and Momoko, Kyoko, and Hinata were all snuggled close together. He smiled and carefully removed Takashi and laid him back down. He walked towards the bathroom to get ready for the day. Once he was dressed in his training clothes, he was about to leave when he saw Hinata emerging from the bedroom. You're leaving already, she said, rubbing her eyes. Yeah, he said, coming over to give her a kiss on the forehead. As he left her, his stomach rumbled loudly. You didn't even eat anything. Hinata chuckled. I can't even think about eating now, Naruto said, a bit flushed. It's understandable, sit, I'll make you something, Hinata said as she walked to the fridge and got out some eggs. Thanks, Naruto replied, taking a seat at the table in the center of the kitchen. Today's the last training excessive, Hinata asked as she prepared an omelette. Yeah, then tomorrow is the final test, Naruto said, looking out the window. Nervous? Of course. Shush is going to be extra tough on me today too, Naruto said, looking a bit scared. I'm sure everything will go wonderfully, Hinata assured him. Today will be nothing compared to tomorrow. Aba-chan isn't going to hold back an ounce of her strength. Well, she can't just hand you the job, can she? Hinata laughed. It all seems kinda unreal. How so? Well, I've been talking about it my whole life, proclaiming it to everyone, knowing that I would accomplish it, but now that it's finally happening it seems like a dream. Hinata said, finishing his sentence and placing the omelette on the table. Yeah, how'd you know? He asked. When my dream came true it all seemed like a dream, that one day I would wake up and it'd all be gone. It took me forever to finally realize it wasn't a dream and that when we hope for something it can happen. What was your dream, Hinata? Naruto asked, almost done with his omelette. Hinata blushed and looked down a bit uncomfortably. Being able to be with the person I love, being able to be with you. Naruto took his last bite and blushed. He got up and went over to Hinata. You still haven't changed, every time you say something about loving me you get all figuraty. He chuckled. I know, I can't help but get embarrassed. She said shyly as he pulled her into a hug. That's one of the things I love about you though. He laughed, making Hinata blush more. Why, you better get going otherwise you'll be late. Hinata reminded him. Oh shoot, you're right. I'll be home later then. He said, giving her a kiss on the lips, then running towards the door. I'm off. Hinata sighed, then laughed. Every now and then she still thought her life was some sort of dream. She was married to Naruto and had 3 beautiful children. She couldn't be happier. Soon she heard the padding of little feet coming from the bedroom. Mama, did Daddy leave already? Kyoko asked, walking groggily out with her little sister holding onto her pajamas. He did. Hinata said, going to pick up Momoko and take Kyoko's hand. Come on, let's get your brother up, then get dressed and eat some breakfast. I'm home. Naruto called as he entered his house. Welcome home. Hinata called from the kitchen. Naruto walked into the kitchen and rested his head on Hinata's shoulder. I'm tired, he said as he wrapped his arms around her waist. Hinata blushed madly as she stirred a pot over the stove. Naruto sniffed the air. What are you making? Daddy. Kyoko and Momoko yelled as they emerged from their room and flung themselves on Naruto's legs. Naruto let go of Hinata and scooped up his 2 daughters. They both giggled as he spun them around the room. Hinata smiled as the 3 of them laughed. Wait a minute, aren't we missing one? Naruto asked. He set his daughters down and looked for his first child, Takashi. He should be practicing in the backyard, you can call him in for dinner. Hinata said as she got bowls down from the cabinet. Naruto went back outside and into the backyard of the house. Takashi was practicing his kunai aim. Oi, you're getting better. Naruto said, patting him on the head. Ah, welcome back, Papa. Takashi said, turning to Naruto. I'm still not as good as you yet though. He said, looking a little down. Of course you're not, you're only 9. Naruto laughed. Seeing that Takashi wasn't comforted by this, he smiled and put a hand on his shoulder. Do you know how much I practiced, and how much I trained to get to where I am today? Naruto asked. Takashi shook his head. I practiced a lot, and had great teachers and friends that helped me out on the way. You'll get better little by little, don't worry. Naruto said, picking up Takashi and putting him up on his shoulders. Come on, Mama has dinner ready, and from what I smelled it's going to be delicious. Naruto set Takashi down once they got inside the house. Hinata, Kyoko and Momoko were setting the table and putting food on the table. Naruto smelled the air again. He knew exactly what Hinata had been making. You made ramen, he said excitedly. Of course, tomorrow is a very important day after all. Hinata smiled. Are you going to become Hokage tomorrow, Papa? Takashi asked. Naruto laughed. Tomorrow I will be fighting Tsunade Bar-chan. The council said that after I street USD with her for 2 years and after I was able to beat her in a fight they would accept me as the Hokage. Of course I'm going to win, but it could be a while until everything gets settled. Naruto said proudly. Takashi's eyes glowed with pride for his father. Come on now, dinner will get cold. Hinata said. The children quickly sat down and Naruto walked over to Hinata, giving her a kiss on the forehead, then sat down. All 5 of them enjoyed their meal, laughed and talked. The next day Naruto woke up extra early with Hinata and had a nice breakfast. They both headed over to the Hokage office where Tsunade stood outside waiting. Ah, Hinata, it's been a while. Tsunade said with a smile. Yes it has, she replied. Are you ready, Naruto? Tsunade said with a grin. I've been ready my whole life. Naruto grinned. The first one to admit defeat loses. Tsunade said as she walked towards the training grounds. I'll watch from a safe distance, Hinata said as she tiptoed up and gave Naruto a gentle kiss on the cheek. All right, Naruto said, running after Tsunade. Good luck, she called. She hadn't seen him this excited in a long time. He still acted like a kid sometime. She laughed to herself, then slowly followed them, making sure to stay a good distance behind. I'm skipping the fight because this epilogue is long enough already and I don't want you guys to get too tired of reading it. Sorry to those who wanted to read it. I'm sure there are other stories with much better fight scenes than I can write anyway. Both Naruto and Tsunade were panting, both covered in scratched and had a small amount of blood coming from their mouth. Naruto took another couple of big breaths, then got ready for her next attack. Tsunade watched him carefully, then stood up straight and laughed. I'm beaten. What? Naruto said. I've given you all I've got, and you haven't even used any of the fox's chakra. I've been beaten. Naruto stood up and looked at Tsunade in shock. Tsunade approached him and gave him a pat on the shoulder. You've grown up a lot since I first met you, you've gotten stronger and now have family. There's not a doubt in my mind that you won't be the best Hokage ever. You've always wanted to protect this whole village and the people in it, and now you can. Tsunade reached over and gave Naruto a hug, then began walking towards Hinata, who was waiting anxiously. Naruto stood still for a moment, then looked up at the rising sun. Thanks Aba-chan, he said, then ran straight over to Hinata. I did it, he laughed. He gave Hinata a big hug, then lifted her in the air and gave her a deep kiss. Tsunade retired from being Hokage the next week and Naruto became the next Hokage. He had fulfilled his lifelong dream and even more. He had a loving family and a wife that he loved dearly. Everything seemed like a dream, and he knew it would be a tremendous amount of work to keep the whole village protected and peaceful. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.